Director for Economic and International Development of the city. I'm happy to present today, hosting this press conference following the approval and announcement of the term sheet with Notes Live Incorporated, which is a live entertainment venue and hospitality company. I'm going to go ahead and kick things off and introduce Mayor Oscar Lisa. So let's start.
Well, I had this great long speech, and then Karina gave you all of it. No, it's really an incredible pleasure. I had the honor just now of meeting everybody, and you know, it's when you talk about a partnership, there's something about a partnership. You have to trust each other, and you have to be able to move forward, or you don't move forward. Correct? Right. So this is a public-private partnership, and that's something that's really important. And they get to pick where they go. And they got to pick Northeast, and something we were reimaging Cohen Stadium, and it really fit what we're doing. 12,500 seats, Sunset Amphitheater. You know, if we could just close our eyes for a minute, can you imagine what it's going to look like? Can you imagine what it's going to bring to our community? You know, I'd like to accept the camera people to close their eyes, no, it's, just think about it. Close your eyes. Imagine an amphitheater sunset in the city of El Paso. It's hard to believe it. It's something that you work hard for, and a lot of times you don't get it. We have it today. This is part of our community. $5.4 billion impact our community. You know, we talk about that it's El Paso's turn. We're here. We are here with your help, the help of City Council. We all did it together, and that's the important part. And it's, like I said earlier, it's a game changer, and it's something that we will look at 20 years from now, 30 years from now, and go, wow, who was that mayor in office that thought of that? Right, Mayor? Absolutely. He was the mayor of Frisco for 9 years, so he knows what I mean. But so don't forget that. Everyone will know that. And so no, not one person did it. Really, it was something that we worked really hard. But again, we earned their business. We earned their trust, and then they earned our business, and they earned our trust. That's a partnership. And that's the part that I'm really excited about. And the only thing that I have regrets is I won't be in office when you first open there, but I'll be there to watch the smiles and the look that all the citizens of El Paso will have on their face that go, you know what, we've arrived. And like I said, congratulations to the city of El Paso, congratulations to Northeast, but this is something for all our community. And thank you all for, again, council, for having the vision to do the right thing for our community. And again, how many of these you have?
This will be number 5.
Well, this will be the best one you've ever had.
Amen.
Thank you all. And again, may God bless El Paso, and may God bless America. Thank you.
All right, Mayor.
Next up, I'll introduce a representative for Cohen and the Northeast District 4, Representative Joe Molina.
All right, Joe.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to everyone from Notes Live. Welcome very much to our Sun City. Bienvenidos. My name is Joe Molina. I am the current city incumbent for District 4, where this entertainment venue will be constructed. It is an honor and a privilege to be working in District 4, Northeast El Paso. I was raised there in Northeast El Paso. The mayor talked about a sunset, but I say something else. If you ever have the opportunity to go about 6 o'clock in the morning, yes, I am an early riser, and you talk about the sun, when it impacts on the eastern slope of the Franklin Mountains, you'll see something very unique, something very beautiful. So all you photographers, be sure to get ready to take some sunrise photos, but also some sunset photos. But this is not a sunset, this is an awakening. We have awakened a sleeping giant, and I'm very proud to be the representative in this area. The economic impact for the city of El Paso is just going to be huge. And the location could not be any better. And the reason that, I say it for many reasons. US 54 is gonna be there, you have Loop 375, it's a regional area that includes Ciudad Juarez, Chihuahua, Las Cruces, Alamogordo, New Mexico, and other areas that they will come, once it's built, they will come to this entertainment venue and they will attend with their families and participate. It's gonna be a great day and a great opportunity for all El Pasoans and the regional community. I am very proud to have supported this. I'm very proud to have seconded this. And to everyone here from Notes Life, like I said, thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much for choosing our city in Northeast El Paso to do great and wonderful things. Thank you.
And now I'd like to introduce Chairman and CEO J.W. Roth, sort of driving force behind all of this. I'll turn it over to him.
Thank you. I wanted to start by thanking Mayor Leeser for all of his support, City Council, and for the city, the great city of El Paso. I cannot tell you how excited we are to be coming here. We're in the rock and roll business. There's a lot of businesses that you see come and go, and every city sees that. When we come, we bring fun. What we're going to build here is part of our 10 amphitheater collection. It will be one of the most luxurious amphitheaters, one of the most premium amphitheaters ever built in history. We are opening the most luxurious amphitheater in history in about 6 weeks in Colorado. We're also building in Texas, in McKinney, and in Oklahoma. But what we're going to build in El Paso is far and above all that we have built so far, in the sense that it is part of the highest premium collection that we build. We're excited for this market for a couple of reasons. This will be the first time in our company's history that we actually will market customers outside of the United States. We're going to market heavily on the south side of the border here, and we're excited about that opportunity, and we're excited about the city of El Paso. This is an $80 million project for us, and when we're done, you will find an amphitheater that will have over 130 fire pit suites. This amphitheater will be covered. It will have hydro chill technology in the lawns, keeping the temperature down around 70 degrees when we open for the evening. We have an air system that flows through our venue here that will bring the temperature inside, no matter if it's 110 degrees outside, we'll bring the temperature inside into the 80s. So it will be the most comfortable amphitheater in this type of market anywhere that has ever been built. So anyway, I can't thank you enough for the trust that you put in us. We're excited to be here. Our partners are excited to be here. And we're going to tour this baby in 2026, so get ready to buy tickets. Tickets just went on sale. It's funny. Tickets just went on sale for our newest amphitheater that we're building in Colorado. And the opening show we started with One Republic. The show sold out in 3 minutes, 50 seconds. So we thought, well, maybe we better put up another show. So we did. So we added another show. Sold out in less than 4 minutes. So we put up a third show, and that show sold out. Finally, Ryan Tedder of One Republic said, you know what? At 6,000 feet in altitude, I can't do 4 shows. So let's just stop it right here. So anyway, we're excited about being here, and we're excited about the 2026 season. Is there anything I can answer?
Everyone's too excited.
That's exactly right. What's your favorite music?
I like all of it.
Okay. I always ask people, I say, you know, the way I can get to know you the best in terms of your entertainment is if I went out and got in your car, what would be on the radio? What music's on the radio? And secondarily, what I really will learn about you is what's the volume. Is it on 8 or is it on 3? If it's on 8, then we're going to be good friends.
I have a question. Why El Paso? Why this?
El Paso.
Why not?
Yeah, exactly. El Paso fits in our routing. It fits the demographic of the customer that we're and the fan that we're chasing. And I think it fits the demographic of a city that, you know, doesn't have an outdoor amphitheater like this, can support an amphitheater like this. So for lots and lots of reasons, El Paso has been at the very top of our market and site selection list.
What kind of acts do you expect to
Can I
attract?
ask you all to be speaking much?
I want to know what Taylor's.
What kind of acts do you expect to attract to a 12,500 person venue?
We will attract A-list artists to this venue. This venue will route off of McKinney, which will route off of our Broken Arrow Tulsa Market amphitheater that's under construction right now. So I always tell people the best way to sort of understand the acts that will come here is to follow its routing. So when you look at Colorado Springs, for example, you look at Red Rocks. Red Rocks is the most legendary amphitheater in history. It's a bucket list for artists, and it's a bucket list for fans. And our Sunset in Colorado Springs routes off of Red Rocks. And so when you look at the lineup for this summer, for example, you will see artists that come off of a 9,000 seat amphitheater. Here you're going to find that artists are going to come off of a 20,000 seat amphitheater in McKinney. The reason that is because there's not another place for them to play. So you will see a lot of artists play El Paso that are 25 to 30,000 capacity artists, but they'll play back-to-back nights here. You'll see that in Colorado Springs as well. You see that at Red Rocks. You will see some of that in McKinney, but you will not see stadium shows here. But you will see everything from arena-style shows to the largest amphitheater shows in the country. For example, in McKinney, there's not an amphitheater that's even like it size-wise and premium-wise in the world. And so you're going to be routed off of that amphitheater here. And what's also interesting, there's not an amenity in that amphitheater in McKinney that's not built into this amphitheater in El Paso. We'll have an owners club of over 700 people. Elevated food and beverage, and a suite of fire pit suites. So there's not an amphitheater in the world that will compete with El Paso.
Who approached you first on this collaboration and when?
So Riott Company is the firm that works with us and helps us identify markets, and so we identified El Paso before El Paso even knew we existed. And the reason that is because we hunt certain demographics, certain markets. Site selection is the most important piece of our business, followed by partnerships that can put great acts on the stage and butts in seats. Those are the three things that are important to us in our hunt. So it starts off with where do we fit? Where does this amphitheater collection fit? And so El Paso has been in the top 3 for the last 2 years for us. So to answer your question, we sort of initiated it simply because this is an important market for us. And we have always been bent to come here. So that's how it started. And then deals like this don't happen unless you have great leadership on both sides. And on our side, we've got a great leadership team that paired with a great leadership team and EDC in El Paso. So I'm proud of the deal that we put together, and I'm grateful for the leadership that you have in this city. You know, there's a lot of cities around the country that are bogged down in red tape and bureaucracy. Not El Paso. El Paso is aggressive. El Paso is a winner when it comes to leadership that has vision. And they're visionaries here. And as a result of that, you're going to have one of the finest amphitheaters ever built in history.
Good afternoon. Have you had any pushback on building the amphitheater?
No, not that I know of. You have folks in the social media realm that at times will push back for a lot of various reasons. Typically, they're reasons that they just haven't looked into. When we get pushback, it's usually noise related or traffic related or whatever. And so we have an entire team that does nothing but work on mitigation as it relates to noise and it relates to traffic. We will do the same thing here. We will spend a lot of money on traffic studies and noise studies to make sure that we're good neighbors. When we come into a community, I mean, there's three things that are important to us, but one of those things is that we're a good neighbor, that we provide jobs for the community, that we provide entertainment for the community. When you find businesses like ours that come in, or projects like ours that come in, a lot of things happen. Kids don't move away. They stay here and they get jobs here because it adds to the vibrancy of the community and it helps retain employment. So at the end of the day, we do usually get some not necessarily pushback, but concerns. And it's our job to mitigate those concerns, and it's our job to be good neighbors. And at the end of the day, we're not here to build something and then leave. We're here, we're gonna come here, and we're gonna be part of this community. We will live and work, eat and breathe, laugh and cry with this community, just like we do in every other community that we're in.
I have another question. You said El Paso was in your top 3 locations to build your next amphitheater. What were the other 2?
McKinney and Oklahoma City. And the reason that is because we're looking at routing off of Colorado Springs, which will go Colorado Springs to a partner of ours in Kansas City, then to the Tulsa Broken Arrow market, which we are under construction there now. Oklahoma City, which is a top priority for us, and then on to Dallas Fort Worth market of McKinney, and then to El Paso.
Can anyone from the city comment on how this affects the city's plan to move forward with an 8,000-seat amphitheater downtown?
What was that?
Can you comment on how this affects the city's plan to move forward with the 8,000-seat amphitheater downtown?
Well, this is a totally different project. This one has nothing to do with the other. And I think that's something that's really important to see. So the city council still has something to look at, and we will look at it when the time is right. But knowing that this was coming, we felt it was really important to cancel the item and then look and see what we're going to do moving forward. But it's important, public-private partnership in the city. So this is a totally different project, and one has nothing to do with the other. And I still want to say, I know someone said, why El Paso? The real answer was, why not? It really is, and because we've arrived. And then, so, thank you for that.
Let me add one thing to that also is, I think it's important to remember that this is a project. Back in 2017, we engaged with Northeast El Paso, and it was really important that we did a significant outreach with the community in the Northeast to look at what the community wanted to see developed on this site. And that master plan as an anchor included this type of project, an amphitheater, but now we never expected that vision would lead to such a premier product for El Paso, Texas, and not just what it's going to do for Cohen Stadium site, but what it's going to do for development and expansion in the Northeast, and what it's going to do for development overall in El Paso. We have a saying we've used that all roads lead to Cohen Stadium, and they really do. If you look at its geographic location for what a kind of catalytic effect this will have, it should be no question and no wonder why the impact is projected at $5.4 billion. But money aside, it's just another premier amenity that we can connect to in this community to give to all El Paso. And so this was a vision that started a long time ago. Not just yesterday, not last week, but back in 2017, it's coming to fruition today, and we're very excited about it.
You know, and I do want to add something else. You know, we can sit here and try to think of something negative. There isn't. This is really positive for our community. If you keep looking for something negative, you're not going to get there. This is really a game changer for El Paso, and that's how we got to look at it. And again, thank you for your investment, your confidence, and your trust in the city council and our community.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mayor Booster, I do have a question for you. Will this replace the MultiPurpose Center? I know you guys keep delaying that decision, but is this new amphitheater going to replace that project?
All right, that was the question that he just asked me, and the answer is they're two separate projects, and one has nothing to do with the other at this point. This is a public-private investment and a partnership that has nothing to do with the other one.
Mayor, I have a question regarding, because you've been mentioning the private-public partnership. Can you talk more how important it is for our community, and if this will lead to opening more projects with this partnership specifically?
Oh, absolutely, and when you look at an anchor store anywhere, this is an anchor. This is a big anchor for Cohen Stadium. And all that property out there, all of a sudden, is gonna be the hottest commodity in our community. And excitement breeds excitement, and this is a lot of excitement. And all of a sudden, everyone wants to be there. Everybody will want to be around there. And just like the Colonel said, remember, we were re-imaging Cohen back in 17, and it was voted by council in 2018. And this is what you want. This is something that you close your eyes and say, if I could have something, what would it be? How can I attract more business, more companies to help grow not only Northeast, but our community? This would be the one you'd want. And it's a huge investment for our city, but it's an incredible return on investment, and that's what you got to look at.
How does this change the dynamic in El Paso?
How do I what?
How does this change the dynamic in El Paso?
You know, if I could repeat everything he said, that would be what I would tell you. It really is exactly how he put it out. What, like I said, game changer with entertainment, you know, minimum of 40 venues a year. Something that will bring people from all over not El Paso, but Mexico, New Mexico, and the surrounding areas. This is what you want to do. You know, we tried to do that in the west side part of El Paso. This is even bigger than that. And so how will it change it? It's a game changer for the future of our city, our community, and of course, our youth.
Mayor, can you provide a comment in Spanish?
Sí. No, estamos hablando aquí, lo que estamos haciendo con una compañía que va a tener 12,500 asientos para hacer unos concerts que vamos a hacer 40 cada año, pero van a poner $80 millones en El Paso para poder traer diferentes concerts y todo eso para la ciudad. Pero es algo que va a cambiar lo que estamos viendo aquí en la ciudad. Algo que cambia lo que hacemos y cómo hacerlo. Como está diciendo ahorita, que uno no podía pensar que podíamos tener algo así. Y para traerlos al Paso, y venir al Paso y tener el partnership con alguien, no es parte que lo está haciendo la ciudad, es un partnership con una compañía que es muy grande, que está viendo. Me está diciendo ahorita que tiene 5 amphitheaters en todos los Estados Unidos, y la cosa que sabemos, la más mejor que va a estar, va a ser la que está aquí en El Paso. Y lo van a hacer, y habló el Señor, lo que van a poner todo, y lo que van a hacer en El Paso, es una cosa que va a ser tan grande que va a traer personas de Juárez, de Nuevo México, de todas partes para venir a ver los concerts y para continuar a hacer. La cosa que estamos viendo, que lo que va a traer al Paso, y es la cosa más grande, es $5.4 billones a la economía del Paso. Es una cosa muy grande que va a cambiar como hacemos el Paso. Siempre viendo cuando venimos a la oficina, queremos cambiar la vida para la mejor de las personas de la ciudad, así lo estamos haciendo. Cambiamos la vida para la mejor.
2 more questions.
Thank you so much. This is a question for Mr. Roth. Very exciting project.
By the way, that's Max Grossman, just in case you didn't know.
I can run, but I can't hide. You're opening for business in 23 months, in March 2026. That's extraordinary. 23 months, it took longer than that for the city to plant 12 trees in San Jacinto Plaza. Could you tell us a little bit more about that timeline? When are you breaking ground, some of the dynamics of design and construction, some of your benchmarks?
I'm going to bring Bob Bunn up here and kind of help me with that. I can tell you this, from start to finish, from the day we put a shovel in the ground until the day the first act walks out on the stage is 18 months. But I'm going to ask Bob to come up here. Bob, kind of walk through the timeline between here and the Rolling Stones.
Yeah. Bob, if you can introduce yourself.
Bob Mudd, the President and Chief Operating Officer of Notes Lab. And it's a great question. In these public-private partnerships, one of the critical elements is how closely we work together, from planning to entitlement, to getting our development agreements done, to the process of constructing a facility of this nature. One of the advantages that we have is that we have 3 of these under construction as we speak in some form or fashion of this capacity. So our ability to take that and replicate it quickly is really important. From the time that we broke ground in Colorado Springs, we did 13 months from beginning to end on a slightly smaller facility. And so it is our objective to have it in March or in that early springtime, because the nature of this business is that the touring seasons start about the April timeframe in this climate and go through October. And so for us to capture that potential of the first year, we are loaded for bear to get that done under that nature.
I call Bob every morning at 5 in the morning and say, "Look, Bob, we wouldn't hurt."
Yeah. I was hammering nails all night, so that's what we're going on. But yes, that's our plan. We've got a very strong construction team. We've got an architecture team that's consistent across all projects. We'll likely use local civil engineering resources here. We want to engage with the local community as much as possible in the construction of these sites. This site is perfectly suited. If you go and look at our Colorado Springs site, it is flanked over the left shoulder by Pikes Peak, America's mountain. It's flanked over the right shoulder with the Air Force Academy. When I stood out there on that dirt at Cohen a number of months ago and positioned that amphitheater and saw the Franklin Range in the background with the sun setting, it is going to be an unbelievable environment for this concert venue to sit. God only creates certain places where that can be accomplished. We can't build that, and this location provides a beautiful setting for this amphitheater.
Thank you, sir. And thank you, sir.
One other, the nature of the private-public partnership is really critical. If I could, Mayor Masso, who's done this a time or two, will have a couple of comments he wanted to share.
Thank you, Bob. Mayor Masso, I'm a recovering elected official. Don't hold that against me. I do my best. But I'm with Ryan Elsey, my team, Reese and Ashley worked really hard on it. I have to tell you, that was asked earlier, the criteria of where you choose and how you choose. One of the biggest items on that criteria list is the willingness of the community and the leadership, because it's a partnership, it's long-term. This project is about sustainability for El Paso. For 20 to 30 years from now, elected officials won't be here. But they really are thinking ahead for how to keep the community sustainable, how to keep it from aging. And that's really the genesis of this, is how do you put these things together? It's not about today. And what you saw today is Notes Live proposing to the city of El Paso, and the city of El Paso accepting, and now they're engaged. The real work really begins now. The real work of reaching out to all the partners, the universities and higher ed, the K through 12s, about internships and hospitality and training, and special needs groups that may need some opportunity for those young adults or to actually have a job and work. Those conversations are just going to start beginning now that we have reality around it. So the best is yet to come is really not too much of an understatement. We will engage the community. That is what the genesis of a public-private partnership is. It's not today. It's not coming to the basics of the agreement. It's about how do we pull in the community and make this a success for everybody. And I think you're going to see some pretty cool things coming up. It'll happen quickly. I think that a lot of it's going to be input we receive through the process from the community, because this is about El Paso. It's going to be very unique. You noted that Notes Live is building other amphitheaters. Each one is designed for the community. It'll be about El Paso. This is a very international destination. You want to be an international destination. Think about the different groups out here. It's just a small sampling. The hotels. A lot of people come in early and we'll fill hotels. You may get more hotels. The corporations. They have clients all over the country and world that are here. You know, they will be able to entertain. They'll be able to buy a fireside suite that they own, and they'll invite their clients from New York or from England to come here. There's a show that they know interests them. So there's a lot of moving parts to this. They're all positive for the community. It's positive for Notes Live. So I think it's a great fit, and you're going to see some exciting things coming up.
Last question.
Thank you, Mayor.
Last question?
This is a question for the City Council. I wanted to ask a little bit about the follow-up about the two projects. I understand that they're completely different from the amphitheaters that were mentioned, but I wanted to ask then just what is going to happen to those MPC projects, and what's going to happen to the bond dollars then?
That's a great question. I think I answered it once and I'll answer it again. It's again, totally different project, and the other project, it's, you know, we're gonna look at it, and we're gonna move forward, and the council will make a determination on how to move forward with the new project. So this project has nothing to do with the other one, but it does impact. I understand what you're saying, and we will look at it, and we'll have council make that decision moving forward. So this is something that we took into consideration that what would happen, and it's something that we'll be bringing back together as one for council to make that determination. Thank you. And again, I do want to thank you. I know that was the last question, and I do want to thank everybody for being here for this incredible, exciting news. Something that, and I'm going to repeat it for the 10th time because it's that important. It's a game changer for our community, and to have a partner like we have today, it's all the difference in the world. Thank you.
Thank you. We're going to go ahead and